So I'm sure many of you are aware that Glossier has another new perfume launch, which is called Fleur. It is also that time of year where Sephora is doing their spring sale event. So because of those two things, I figured now was a great time to go ahead and do my review of Fleur to let you know my opinion of the perfume and also compare it to the other perfumes they have in their lineup. So I did get the travel size of this perfume. I do find this bottle to be very beautiful. I really love the color of this. This purple ombre is very beautiful. This gradient that happens is really nice, how it starts off clear at the bottom and then moves towards this deeper lavender color is very lovely. I also have the travel size of their perfume Dew, so you can see it's similar to that as well. Now, even though the bottle is purple, the notes in here don't really speak purple to me. The notes are mineral salt, osmanthus, ylang ylang, apricot skin, cashmeran, and ambrox. And ambrox is just another term for ambroxan. Now, I thought that this would be a safe blind buy for me, so I went ahead and ordered this scent before I had actually smelled it, because to me, these notes just seem like something I would absolutely love. So I placed my order online, but I picked it up in store. So I grabbed my order, I went over to the testers, I sprayed it on my arm. I liked it well enough, so I figured I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it. But when I got home, I definitely had a different experience with this perfume. Now, if you saw my review of Dew, you will know that when I first sprayed this perfume in store, I didn't really like it so much, but once I got it home, I really did fall in love with this perfume. Now, I've had a little bit of an opposite experience with Fleur. So what I was really hoping for from this perfume would be a really nice blend of that mineral salt accord with the osmanthus, and that osmanthus, what I was hoping for would be a really nice fleshy, pulpy osmanthus, because from osmanthus you get a nice apricot aspect from osmanthus, and one of the notes in here is apricot skin. So I was hoping that would mean that you would get a very fleshy, pulpy, osmanthus type of experience from this perfume. And unfortunately from this perfume, I'm just not getting that richness from osmanthus, and I'm also not getting the depth of the mineral salt accord that I was really hoping would be in here. And I think that part of that is because in my previous video where I was talking about perfume trends for 2025, one of the perfume trends is salt and mineral notes. Obviously, that's why I think that this perfume does include a mineral accord. But anyway, the two perfumes that I used as examples of this trend of saltiness and mineral accords in perfumes were Tiemp Passat from Antonia's Flowers, as well as Afterthought at 7 by Linen Tutu. Now, both of those perfumes have a very rich, deep mineral salt accord in them. And they are both so beautiful and so evocative of being on the Oregon coast. At least that's what it evokes for me. And it just feels like you have that salty air around you, but I just don't get that from this perfume. So I had really high hopes of that mineral salt accord, and I just do not feel it in this perfume. And I'm not saying that it has to be quite as profound as those two perfumes, but I just don't really get a sense of that minerality at all in this perfume. And when it comes to the osmanthus, because there is also that apricot skin accord in here as well, I was hoping to get that really fleshy, pulpy aspect from the osmanthus flower in here. And I also just don't find that to be present in this perfume at all, unfortunately. Now, on the positive side, I don't get very much ylang ylang in here. That is not a preferred note of mine. If there is ylang ylang in a perfume formula, I'm always hoping that it's just in the background a little bit. So that is a positive for me in terms of this perfume. This is not ylang ylang heavy at all. And then, like I said, there's also cashmeran and ambrox in here. Cashmeran they describe as woody, ambery, and cuddly. Now, I've got this perfume on my left wrist, and I do not get much cashmeran or ambrox in this perfume. For me, really all there is just kind of a generic light floral scent. So like I said, it's on my skin, and I also have it on paper here. And I really do not find this to be very special. As I mentioned, it just smells kind of generic to me. I really can't parse out any particular note, which is not a bad thing necessarily. If a perfume has a really lovely complexity to it and really good quality ingredients, I feel like that can be a very transforming experience. It can take you to another place, another time. But this one unfortunately does not do that for me. As I'm going to repeat myself, it just has a very generic, floral, almost kind of a shampoo type of scent. It's not soapy. It doesn't smell like bar soap. It just kind of has that lingering scent of a shampoo in your hair that doesn't smell particularly unique. So sadly, Fleur is going to be a miss for me. It's a little too sweet. It's a little too generic. And unfortunately, it has left me wanting for more because, like I said, I was really hoping for more of that minerality there. I was hoping for way more of an osmanthus type of perfume, especially when you are saying that there's osmanthus and apricot skin together. I really want to be feeling more osmanthus from this perfume, and for me, it is just not there. Unfortunately, it's really disappointing to me, which brings me to Dew, because I don't want to end on a negative note. I do have Dew on my arm here, and I will say that I am still absolutely loving this perfume. The review that I did of this perfume was my first review that I did on my channel. So if you want to hear more about this perfume, definitely go check out that video. But I will tell you the notes real quickly. And those are violet, palo santo, myrrh, frankincense, ambrette, and ambrox. Now, what is not listed in here is some kind of a vanillic lactonic note, which I definitely get from this perfume. It has a very creamy aspect to it that I feel like gives it a very special and unique experience, because I really love how the iris and this lactonic vanillic type of quality interplay with each other in the opening of this perfume. I absolutely love the top notes of this perfume, and then the dry down is equally as beautiful in my opinion. It's very woody, but it also has this really nice vanillic, lightly ambery quality to it that I really, really love. So I am still really loving Dew a lot. So out of the whole Glossier fragrance range, Dew definitely is my favorite. Now, I do have a sample of the original Glossier You, and I don't really love this one so much. The notes in here are pink pepper, iris, ambrette, and ambroxan. And for me, this one is just way too musky. I find the musk in here to be on the oppressive side, so I never wear this one. I have worn it a few times on my skin, and every single time I just feel like it is just too heavy on the musk. I know that this is a huge fan favorite, and a lot of people really love this one, but for me, it's just way too musky. And then I have also tried Rev. That was the one that was launched in the fall along with Dew. And I only tried this one in the store, and I just didn't really like it so much. The notes are buttercream, plum butter, toasted almond, iris, sandalwood, and ambrox. In the store, I found this one to be a little bit too synthetic-y. If I remember correctly, I felt like it just smelled like plum juice, and I didn't really get much of the buttercream. In fact, if I were to say there was buttercream in something, I would say that Dew feels like the perfume that has the buttercream note in it. But anyway, back to Rev. I just felt like it smelled like synthetic plum juice and was a little bit turned off by it. Now, I could have the same experience that I had with Dew, where maybe when I got it home and I wore it a few more times, I might end up liking it a little bit better. So maybe someday I will get my hands on a sample of Rev and give it a second, third, and fourth try. I might end up changing my mind on it, but as of right now, I wasn't super impressed with Rev. So unfortunately, Glossier Fleur has been a disappointment for me. I have definitely given it a third and fourth try, and I just really don't like it. My hope for this perfume was an osmanthus perfume that had a really beautiful mineralic type of quality to it, that salty punch in there, which for me, unfortunately, is absent. So this has been a miss for me, and I hope you find that helpful in terms of what your expectations might be from the new Glossier Fleur perfume. If you have tried this perfume yourself, please do leave in the comments down below what your experience has been. Of course, Perfume is very, very subjective. I know a lot of people have actually been enjoying this perfume, so I would love to get your thoughts and opinions down below so that other people can hear other thoughts and opinions other than my own. So please, let's keep the discussion going in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.